SSRF Lab 2, Basic SSRF against another backend system. The lab shows a list of products. Each product page has a stock check feature which fetches data from an internal system. This feature is vulnerable to SSRF. The goal of the lab is to scan the internal 192.168.0.x range to locate the admin interface, which is hosted on port 8080. Then delete the user Carlos. SSRF will be leveraged to scan the IP range and to delete the target user. Step 1. Scan the IP range. First, we proxy the traffic through burp. Then we get the request with the vulnerable feature into repeater. To do that, we need to choose a source. It could be either HTTP history tab or intercept tab. We send to repeater. Then we URL decode the value of the stock API parameter. We remove the path and query string from the URL. The new value is stock API equals HTTP 192.168.0.1 8080. Then we have two solution methods. The first solution method will click send. We get a 400 bad request with the message missing parameters. We send the request to intruder. We do a sniper attack. We highlight the value of the last octet and add a position. So we add a position around this last octet. We set the number range from 1 to 255 with a step of 1. We click start attack. We have a table with multiple columns. Here we have a request column which shows request numbers. Then we have a payload column which shows the payload for each request. And we have a status code column which shows the status code for each request. We sort by status code. We can see a 404 error. 404 not found means that the server cannot find the requested resource. The value in the payload column for the status code 404 is the value of the last octet. We've discovered a live host. We send the request to repeater. We add admin to the URL in the stock API parameter. So stock API will equal HTTP 192.168.0.112.8080/admin. Important note, the IP address in your case could be different. We click send. We access the admin panel. Now we do the second solution method. We add admin to the URL in the stock API parameter. So we have stock API equals HTTP. We have the IP address port 8080/admin. We send the request to intruder. We do a sniper attack. We highlight the final octet, which is 1, and add a position. So we have our IP address, then a position around 1, which is the last octet. Port 8080/admin. This is the difference from the previous method, the /admin. We set the payload type to numbers and set the number range from 1 to 255 with a step of 1. We click start attack. We sort by status code. We can see a single entry with a status code of 200. So we have our table, request payload status code. In the status code column, we have a 200. This means we accessed the admin panel. Send this request to repeater, and in repeater, click send. Step 2. Delete the user Carlos. In repeater, we search for Carlos in the response. We find this path. We copy the URL path and query string in the href attribute. We paste the copied value and append it to the value of the stock API parameter in the request. The final value should be like this. Stock API equals HTTP. Then we have the IP 8080/admin/delete username equals Carlos. Click send. Congratulations, you solved the lab. Watch the full lab walkthrough on my YouTube channel, Three-Headed Beast Security. Thanks for watching and happy hacking.